Abuja residents cry foul over soaring electricity bills after system upgrade. Bandits unleashed terror on Marabar, Kankara, 2 dead, 5 injured, 7 abducted. Kano government accuses protesters of seizing Ganduje's corruption files amid hunger demonstrations. On the foreign scene, Sudanese peace talks kick off despite army's boycott. Good evening and welcome to the news update on Trust Television. I am Aisha Salihu. Thanks for joining us, and now the news in detail. Abuja households are grappling with higher electricity bills following a system upgrade by the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company. This reflects a nationwide trend as the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission announced a 40% tariff hike in July for Band A users who typically receive 20 hours of power daily. Despite the upgrades, many households report steeper costs. In this report, Neil Sampson speaks to FCT residents about their reactions to the soaring electricity tariffs. The report.
FCT residents shared their thoughts on the rising electricity costs, expressing how the tariff hike has impacted their daily lives. Many spoke of adjusting their lifestyles, cutting down on electricity usage, and adopting new habits to cope with the increased expenses.
2,000, you go realize 3 days, 4 days. But now if you put 2,000, you no go reach 2 days, man say you don't finish. If you say you want to do bus pass, what they do, they go charge us 200,000, 100,000. You don't have it to that time. We do bus pass. Now they can't check. They say and they charge us 200,000. We can't they pay.
1K fee do like 1 week, 4 days, 5 days. But now even 10K self, you know, if you do 1 week again. So we won't continue like this. Electricity don't cost now. I know if you buy, I know if you charge my laptop. Even for a don't cost, I know if you on use the laptop too.
Not really. Even as Tinubu can't be as if it was safe. If not compared to like before, the way the light, now the lights. You know, imagine us staying in Abuja city compared to like before. You can boast in Abuja city that they will have lights compared to other places like mostly south. But now the light self, sometimes they will call the kind light around 12, 7. Normal at least, even it's a shame. This is 21st century we don't do this. So Nigeria as a country is supposed to boast of at least 24 hours of light. But when we go to the country, we cannot even get 24 hours of light, and we are still paying for that light. Generator now they advertise Kano, every form of generator. Sometimes I don't even wonder if our government self now then they in charge of this generator of 18. If not, it's a shame. Small country like Ghana here, Nigeria here, they can boast of light more than us. But they shout giant of Africa. What's the use of being giant of Africa?
The electricity which are supposed to be recharging 2,000, you have to serve me before. Even I put it to I cannot use it into some hours. The thing went off because the high rate of the tariff was very high. So I could no longer use electricity. Even my cookers, I can no longer use them. And now I'm using charcoal to be able to meet up because I use the electricity before I know it will run down. Even when we are trying to say we are hungry, we are trying to protest that time, it's part of what we are saying. Bring the high cost of things down so that we can live. We don't care what we are doing as a rock.
According to these residents, the tariff hikes haven't resulted in improved electricity distribution. Instead, they claim the steep increases have fueled more corruption without any noticeable enhancement in power supply. They are urging the central government to intervene and address the situation. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And now to security matters. Bandits riding on motorcycles have raided shops at Marabar Kankara Junction in Malum Fashi local government area of Katsina State, killing 2 people and abducting 7 others, including an imam, simply identified as Al-Yusau Abubakar. About 5 other victims who sustained gunshot wounds are receiving medical attention at a hospital in Malum Fashi town. The bandits arrived the community around 8 p.m. on Tuesday when many residents were performing Isha prayer in the mosques. According to eyewitnesses, The bandits disguised in Katsina State Community Watch Corps uniforms and sneaked into the town quietly and headed straight to the popular Marabar-Kankara junction, shooting sporadically and looting shops. At the moment, many families are reportedly leaving Marabar-Kankara to Malumfashi, Kankara and Funtua towns, a situation that may further aggravate the humanitarian crisis arising from mass displacement of people due to insecurity. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has threatened to embark on a nationwide strike if their abducted colleague, Ganiyat Popola, is not released by August 26. The president of NAD, Dele Abdullahi, made this declaration at a press briefing in Abuja on Wednesday, stating that the association has lost patience with the government's inaction over the abduction. Ganiyat, a registrar in the Department of Ophthalmology at the National Eye Center, Kaduna, was abducted on December 27, 2023, along with her husband and nephew. While her husband was released in March, Ganiyat and her nephew remain in captivity. The association also notified the Nigerian Medical Association, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Labor, the President of the Senate, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Chairman of the Senate Committee on Health, the Chairman of the House Committee on Health, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, and the Kaduna State Government. Abdullahi noted that the association has written several letters to security agencies, the federal government, and the Kaduna State Government, but has seen no significant action. A devastating flood has killed 16 people and displaced no fewer than 3,834 residents in 10 local government areas of Jigawa State. The flood, which followed days of relentless rainfall, has submerged entire communities, leaving thousands homeless and destroying vast swaths of farmland. The Executive Secretary of the State Emergency Management Agency, Haruna Meriga, confirmed this at a press briefing on Wednesday in Dutse, the state capital. He disclosed that approximately 3,936 homes were destroyed and a total of 2,744 hectares of farmland were washed away by the floods. Many of the displaced have sought refuge in public school buildings where they live in overcrowded spaces and in uncomfortable conditions. And to political matters, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, has called on security agencies to remain vigilant and ensure the smooth conduct of the Edo and Ondo governorship elections. Yakubu made the call at a meeting of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security in Abuja on Wednesday. The Edo and Ondo governorship polls are slated for September 21, 2024 and November 16, 2024. The INEC boss emphasized the need to protect election materials, personnel, and polling activities while reminding security forces to adhere to the rules of engagement for electoral duties. Yakubu also urged political parties, candidates, and their supporters to maintain civility as campaigns intensify. In his remarks, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, represented by the Director of Internal Security in the Office of the NSA, Hassan Abdullahi, issued a stern warning cautioning against any attempts to disrupt the upcoming governorship election in Edo State. The NSA, who also serves as co-chair of ICCES, addressed the political tensions already surfacing in the state, noting the presence of inter- and intra-party disputes.
Party and campaign spokespersons should tone down their negative rhetoric. For the security agencies, this is the time to be more vigilant. You should leave no stone unturned in dealing with any real or potential threats to the conduct of peaceful and transparent elections. Already, concerns have been expressed about the possibility of armed state and non-state actors disrupting processes. With just 37 days to the Edo governorship election and 93 days before voters in Ondo State go to the polls, we should continue to work together to ensure that the training of election officials, logistics for the movement of personnel and materials, polling and collation activities are not disrupted in any way.
And anyone attempting to disrupt the conduct of the elections will face the full wrath of the law. Law enforcement agencies are on high alert and ready to swiftly and decisively deal with anyone trying to undermine the polls. To the voters in Edo State and Ondo as well, we are encouraged to vote confidently, knowing that government is standing with you and is determined to protect you. Protect your voice. Therefore, your role in promptly reporting any suspicious activities.
The House of Representatives Tribunal has sacked the member representing Igboeze North and Udenu Federal Constituency of Enugu State, Simon Atigwe. The tribunal also declared Dennis Nnamdi Agbo of the Labour Party as the actual winner of the Igboeze North and Udenu Federal Constituency rerun election. The Independent National Electoral Commission had declared Atigwe of the People's Democratic Party the winner of the rerun election held on February 3, 2024. In their ruling on Wednesday, the tribunal, headed by Justice H.N. Kunaza, said the petition had merit and declared Dennis Nnamdi Agbo the actual winner of Igboeze North and Udenu Federal Constituency. Justice Kunaza's panel declared invalid, null and void the 2,000 votes added to the PDP candidate and restored the votes of 25th February 2023 of 14,229 for the PDP and 28,870 for the Labour Party candidate Dennis Agbo. It also held that Atigwe was not duly elected by the valid votes cast, as the petitioner won with 23,221 and PDP 21,863 votes, and as such, the certificate of return issued to Atigwe should be withdrawn and issued to Agbo. Kano State government says the violent protesters that marred the August nationwide protest have carted away Ganduje's corruption trial documents. The State High Court was one of the properties vandalized and looted by hoodlums during the protest. According to the governor's spokesperson, Sunusi Bature Dawakin Tofa, the governor, Abba Kabir Yusuf, has paid an on-the-spot assessment visit to Kano State High Court. The governor was conducted round the court premises by the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Haruna Isa Dederi, Chief Registrar of the High Court, Abdullahi Ado Bayero, and other High Court judges of the state. The statement described the vandalization as a masterminded and staged-managed mission in which the hired miscreants carted away corruption charges documents on the former governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, who has been facing multiple charges before the State High Court. The statement added that the miscreants destroyed virtually all units of the High Court, including the office of the State Chief Judge, leading to losses in the sum of over 1 billion naira following the stealing of office equipment, destruction of offices, burning of cars and other relevant materials crucial to the dispensation of justice. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, has withdrawn the controversial Counter-Subversion Bill 2024, which stipulates that any Nigerian who refuses to recite the national anthem shall be fined 5 million naira, face a 10-year prison sentence, or both. The withdrawal followed the outrage and opposition that trailed the provisions of the planned legislation, which many have described as draconian and anti-democratic. The bill, sponsored by Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, is set for its second reading, where its general principles will be debated. According to the proposed legislation, Anyone who destroys a national symbol or a place of worship shall be liable to the same punishment. But following the outrage and opposition that trailed the planned legislation, the Speaker has announced the withdrawal of the bill. The withdrawal was announced in a statement issued by his special advisor on media and publicity, Musa Abdullahi Krishi, on Wednesday. Onto health matters, stakeholders in the health sector are calling for the implementation of a sector-wide approach to ensure proper utilization and accountability in addressing health priorities. This, they said, is part of efforts to maximize resources and bridge the gaps in Nigeria's health sector. Habiba Tajai reports.
The Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, BHCPF, is financed by 1% of the Consolidated Revenue Fund, with the aim to providing healthcare for all, particularly the poor. Despite ongoing assurances and government funding, the situation in rural primary healthcare centers tells a different story, as initiatives have failed to meet the urgent needs of rural communities, leaving them trapped in a cycle of despair.
There are many challenges. I will just highlight them. One is we don't have security. Standard security is not here. The hospital, there's not water, there's not fencing. The place is not fenced. And with the security challenge here, we find it difficult to handle patients, especially me, because I do nights. As a volunteer, this is my community. I have to come to save lives. But staying here with the security challenges going on, gunshot and whatsoever, I will still be in the night. And there are no security.
Mukhtar Mohammed, the Executive Secretary of the BHCPF, highlighted some of the challenges leading to suboptimal health outcomes. Nigeria continues to bear one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the world, alongside other poor health indices.
Up to a certain standard so that you can get these funds to start providing services. The NPHCDA in their presentation will tell you how they do the assessment, and the NHI will tell you how they do sanctification of PHC. So it's not just every PHC we're going to take. You have to meet a minimum standard, and then we'll give you the funds to start running. The states and local government, somebody mentioned, yes, the PHCs are located in the local government, and by the definition of the roles and whatever, the local government is responsible for primary health care.
And just a disclaimer, a lot of people feel SWAP is another program. No. SWAP is an approach that aims to build a more cohesive, effective, and sustainable health sector. It's an approach to make sure that everybody gears up and roll up their sleeves and make sure that the right things are done as they should be.
Stakeholders emphasize that without immediate and comprehensive action, the gaps in healthcare will continue to widen, leaving vulnerable populations at risk. Habibat Ajayi, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Moving on to more stories, the point of sale business has emerged as a lucrative source of income, providing young Nigerian entrepreneurs with opportunities to stay engaged and productive while serving a growing customer base. The rise is attributed to banks' rationing of money withdrawals through the automated teller machine. The report.
Nigeria's cash scarcity crisis has taken a turn for the worse, with banks rationing withdrawals and the automated teller machines limiting daily cash withdrawals. In the midst of this, a new player, the point-of-sale operators POS, has emerged to fill the void. These mobile money operators has become a crucial part of Nigeria's financial market, offering cash withdrawals, deposits, and transfers to citizens.
We give customers any amount they want, start from 10, 50, 100 upward. And no bank don't pay that actual amount for POS and for other people too. But we know how we do it to serve our community.
POS is very, very easy. It's a very good business now that is helping Nigeria. Because the reason is that now, if you want to go to bank, it's not even give you any assurance that you can get what you want. But if you go to POS people are going to give you 50,000 naira or 100,000 naira.
To POS, if you want to collect 100, if the agent is having up to that, you will receive it. You will receive the 100,000 naira cash. And the charges on it will just be 2,000 naira or lesser than 2,000 naira. Which is bank, if you get to bank, if you only for you to enter the counter before you can receive an 100,000 naira.
Its benefit to society, it reduces the wastage of time. Sometimes you may need an information and you've done the transaction with the POS agent, and you can easily go there and ask for the transaction receipt and check if it's successful or not. But before you go to the bank, sometimes bank may not be available, bank may not be there, like mostly weekends, it may not be there, but you as a POS agent, you can also serve as a bank.
The customers acknowledge the crucial role these operators play in their daily financial transactions.
Our banking system in Nigeria, I think concerning banking issue in Nigeria today, we see at times you go to bank and you see so many crowd, the place is crowded, and then you may need the money on time, and the money is not getting to you on time. You use many hours in bank.
Serve the community every day, every minute, every hour. Anytime you go there, you get what you need from them. But the bank, at times you go to the ATM, you will not see money. When you enter the bank, they will say they don't have cash at hand.
According to the Nigerian financial services market, there are now over 1.5 million banking agents across the country. These agents are continuously finding ways to adapt to the economic situation and make the best out of it.
The management of Media Trust Group, operators of the award-winning Trust TV, has restated its commitment to quality, factual, and in-depth broadcasting that is in sync with the realities of the times. At an event to mark its third anniversary, the group assured that despite the challenges in the industry, the station will continue to uphold the highest standards of professionalism to ensure that viewers are effectively mobilized to make informed decisions as it documents the Nigerian story. Dokas Yakubu completes the report.
Over the past 3 years, Trust TV has earned a reputation for its comprehensive news coverage, investigative reporting, and thought-provoking documentaries. The channel's dedication to integrity, accuracy, and unbiased reporting has made it a trusted name in a competitive media environment. Since coming on board 3 years ago, the station has won several awards, including industry-based and other recognitions by reputable organizations.
We feel really proud. We're happy that we are where we are today. The journey has been quite tough, but we really appreciate the tremendous sacrifices of the staff, and wish to reassure them that, like they say, the journey of 1,000 miles begin with a step. We are quite confident that pretty soon we will be on DSTV, because a lot of them are excited seeing us on DSTV, and I assure them that we're engaging with MultiChoice and we'll soon be there.
It's been success all the way, and we believe it's just the beginning. In some years to come, the company, through the television arm, will compete with those that are very well known in the industry today. So I would like to congratulate all of us, especially the staff of Trust TV, for this feat.
The last 3 years have been fulfilling. We are just starting. We are expanding our platforms. Our audiences are growing. So we'll continue to do better and reach different audiences, because Trust TV is, our tagline is documenting the Nigerian story. But basically, it's not just, we don't just want to sit down in the studios and talk. We want to go to the hinterlands, we want to go to cities and villages and tell the difficult stories that don't often come on TV. So we've been doing that, and we'll continue to do that, and we'll continue to expand our audience base. 3 years is just a starting point for a young TV channel like ours. We think we're doing well. We'll continue to improve so that we can get to that level and compete at the highest level.
At 3, the station says it is not just celebrating its accomplishments, but also expressing gratitude to its viewers, dedicated team, and supportive partners. The station says in the years ahead, it remains dedicated to its mission of delivering trustworthy and impactful content that resonates with audiences both near and far, with a promise of documenting the Nigerian story. Dorcas Yakubu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
We'll take it away from Nigeria now. United States initiated peace talks aimed at stopping Sudan's 16-month war begun in Switzerland on Wednesday. The negotiations take place at a time of growing alarm at the plight of the Sudanese people, caught in the middle of fighting between the army and the paramilitary rapid support forces. It is hoped the discussions in Geneva will see an agreement on an end to the violence, ensure broader humanitarian access, and a mechanism to monitor and ensure implementation. But Sudan's military has said it will not be attending the talks, leaving little hope for a quick ceasefire. Previous international efforts to bring an end to the war have failed. The conflict has created the world's largest humanitarian crisis. Tens of thousands of people have died, and more than 10 million people have been forced from their homes. And that concludes the news update on Trust Television. Do not forget, you can always follow us across all of our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentary. I am Aisha Salihu. Thank you so much for watching.